Good evening, Facebook family. Good evening. Wow, wow, wow. We are back on. We are back on. I tell you what, I didn't know what Facebook was doing today, but I'm glad to be back on. You could not have thought that Project 365 was not going to share today. You know that song, Ain't No Stopping Us Now? No, we said, Kira and I said that we were going to bring it because God said for us to do it. We're doing it, and we're on day 277. Let me get to that in a minute. But I am Portia Wheatley. I am the founder and the president of a nonprofit organization acknowledged as Trophy of Life Incorporated, and we have the great pleasure, the privilege, and the great God assignment to render hope, encouragement, and inspiration to you, our audience, across the whole wide world. And that is not just a dream, that is actually happening. And we're grateful to God for the same. Well, what happened to Facebook today? I don't know. I don't know what happened to Facebook today, but you better believe that we were going to find a way to actually bring you a message of hope, encouragement, and inspiration. That is our goal, to do it for 365 days. And we're on day 277. And Facebook thought that they were going to stop us. I had it already planned. I had it planned to do our regular broadcast at the regular time, which is 1 o'clock every day. Then I went to sign on, and just like the other part of the world, we could not get on. They could not get on. You could not get on. So I didn't know if it was something on my end. So I went to actually I did it at the park, and then I could not get in there. So I said, let me go home and get on my own Wi-Fi, thinking it was on my end. Nothing there. I'm like, we got to get this message out. We have to get this message of hope, encouragement, and inspiration out to the world, just like we promised, just like God promised it was going to happen. Well, didn't do it there either. So I said, let me go to Panera Bread and connect with their Wi-Fi, still thinking it was on my end. Got there, went on got their website, went on their Wi-Fi, went on Zoom. But when I connected with Facebook, of course, just like you, could not get on. So I'm like, I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to. But number one, I am grateful to God for a great co-host in the person of Takira Swan. We're always in contact with each other because we never know what turn that the broadcast may take that may stop us from broadcasting and bringing the message to you. So I text her, and girlfriend says, I'm praying. That's a good partner. That's a good partner. I'm praying that whatever needs to be done will be done, that God will direct me in what to do. That's a good partner. And I pray that you have a great partner as well in whatever you do, whether it's marriage, business, ministry. Have a great partner in what you do. Back to Facebook. Our message today is actually, well, shall I say tonight? I just knew I was going to bring it some kind of way. God was going to bring it some kind of way. Here we are. And our question to you is, did you get a message out of Facebook being shut down today? Did you get a message out of that? It actually made me think about the pandemic all over again, when everything came to a halt, when everything stopped, when you pretty much could not do anything. Just like when New York, no one sleeps in New York. It's always lively 24/7. But when the pandemic hit, there were empty streets, Times Square empty, and it felt like everything was just gone. I knew the world had not come to an end. I was still here, and a few of my other buddies were still here. The divas were still here. my pastor was still here. Gray was still here. Tanya was still here. Archbishop was still here. So, okay. But anyway, I thought about it. I'm like, people live on Facebook. So when you could not get on Facebook today, what did you do? What did you do during that time? People are like, good morning, Facebook. This is what I'm eating, Facebook. I'm going to the store, Facebook. And I know there are some positive things that we do with Facebook. I mean, nowadays, it's important that we do have Facebook. But I mean, you know, sometimes we kind of like, we're Facebooking more than we're talking to God. So what did you do? Actually, I really would like to know, what did you do? Because many people rely on Facebook so much. And I know Project 365 relies on, we rely on them to get the message out to the world, and YouTube. But I had it planned. I was going to do the Project 365 YouTube and email it to people as long as they got the message of hope, encouragement, and inspiration today. My message: don't let anything stop you from what God told you to do. Where there is a will, there is a way. Whatever God has equipped you to do and instructed you to do, make sure you follow through some kind of way, because if plan A, I know people say, well, there is no plan B. Well, there had to be a plan B today, because if I didn't come on at 1 o'clock, I had to hit the plan B, which was come on whenever they did come on, come back working again. I did not care if it was going to be 11:59. I was going to get a message out there of hope, encouragement, and inspiration to the world some kind of way. Even if I had to write it on paper and take it to my neighbor, take it to my, not just one neighbor, 2 or 3 neighbors, text it to someone. Find a way to do what God has shared with you to do. Never thought. The way Facebook shut down today, what if other systems, major systems shut down? What would happen? What about if banks were shut down? And that's the only means you have to get your money. And you need medicine. You have to purchase medicine. You need necessities, and you can't get your money. You think about those things, how we put our trust in so many things, but do we trust God like that? Do we actually trust God like that? It just could have been many what ifs today. But one thing for sure, you can take it. I wasn't going to say take it to the bank, but I was just talking about the bank. So just rest assured, God was still the same. Facebook was shut down, but God was still the same. And all we had to do, talk to my man. And he allowed us to have a stress-free day. So I decided, well, we come on when we come on. I'm not going to be stressing about it, but I knew there was going to be some type of way that I could follow through with what God said that we are to do. So I encourage you, whatever God tells you to do. And if something comes where it somewhat blocks your means of getting it done, ask God, step back from it all and ask God, okay, God, what am I to do now? You see, this has happened and I can't do it the regular way that I usually do it. So what do I do now? And you know what? When you ask God, he will definitely, without a doubt, give you an answer to have that particular task done. Whatever you've been called to do, get it done. He's that kind of God. He never fails. God never fails. God is always faithful. He is always faithful. So I was seriously wondering, what did you do today when Facebook went down? I mean, you can put it in the comment section. You can tag someone and ask them the same question. But you know what? I found myself praying, and I'm really, honest to goodness, not to be deep and mystical, but I found myself praying because I could have been stressed out. I could have turned to, really, I could have turned to a substance, some type of substance to make, if I were stressed, to calm me down. And believe me, there are some people that did that today. They couldn't get on Facebook, so they needed a drink to calm themselves down. They could not get on Facebook, so they needed a smoke to get them calmed down. They could not get on Facebook, so they wanted to, and they needed, they felt that they had to be with someone, whether it's someone that they did not have a relationship, but they just wanted to be with someone, or someone's wife, someone else's husband. Or it's real. I talk about it, but it's real. And that's what Project 365 is all about, to actually talk about some topics that people do not want to talk about. But when Facebook was down today, where did you run to? What did you do? Who did you talk to? Think about that. Think about that, because we don't know if it might shut down again. We don't know. We do not know. So I find that it's a good time to actually sit back and check out God, see what it's doing, see what your main man is doing, see what he wants to talk about, see what he wants to share with you. I wonder how many people put some preaching on, how many people put music on, how many people spent quality time with their family. We don't usually do that. Some of the things that we don't usually do, did we do them today? And we must recognize that many times we think about things that maybe the church doesn't necessarily have to always preach to you about, just everyday living, a nice life. He said that I come that you may have life and have, well, when I say he said, God said that he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. So that time we usually use on being on Facebook that was taken away from you and I today, we can use that to talk to God. We can use that to talk to our husband that we may not usually talk to. We can use that to talk to our wife that we don't usually talk to. We can use that time to spend with our children. And you really don't know how much time we spend on Facebook until it's gone, until it's gone. I know people that work with Facebook going all day. But what time is given to God? What time do we share with him? Just to say, I love you. I love you. So my question again, what message did you get out of Facebook being shut down? I know preachers got some type of message out of it. I bet, no, I'm not a betting woman. I'm not a betting woman, but I tell you what, I'm sure that some of the preachers got some type of message out of it. You know how they say, oh, that'll preach. Oh, that'll preach. And I'm sure they did get a message out of Facebook being shut down today. Well, I just wanted to ask you that, because I just wanted to know if there was some time for God in there. We must see God in everything. See God in everything. One more time. We must see God in everything. And God is everywhere. And he's right where he was when Facebook came along. He's right where he was today when Facebook shut down. God is right where he was and is when Facebook came back up. And God is right where he was and is right now. Right now. And if we spend some time with him, it just may replace Facebook in your life. I mean, now I'm not saying that it's bad, because I needed to get the message out. But I just wanted to ask, what did you get out of that shutdown of Facebook on today? And then what message did you get out of it? All right. I just wanted to know, just was curious. And I'll leave you with this statement. See God in everything. See God in everything. One more time. See God in everything. And you will definitely get a message out of something that you see, because God is always in every situation. And you know what? Even bad situations, God is there because he wants us to ask him to get us out of those situations. And he'll do it. Oh, man, I love me some God. He's got that thing going on. But I do pray for you. I wish you the best. Please be safe. Do what you have to do to stay safe. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. And if you feel safe enough, well, I got my vaccination. Some are pro, some are con, but just be safe. Really be safe. We don't want any of our loved ones, even our enemies, we don't want them to die without Christ. All right. I love you. God bless you. Rah, rah, rah. One more check for Project 365. Takira, we did it again. This is day 277. I think we're too close to the end. We're not giving up now. The devil is a liar. And anybody else that agree with him, you're a liar too. I tell you what, God has been faithful. He is faithful to us, and he is faithful to you. All we need to do is trust him. We bless God for the opportunity to spread hope, encouragement, and inspiration to you, our audience across the whole wide world. And we're blessing God for the same. Tomorrow, we will see you again. I wasn't going to say same time, but it's not going to be the same time. We will see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow, providing Facebook don't shut down again. But we will see you our regular time, which is 1 p.m. And we will have a message for you on this platform, Project 365, where we bring you hope, encouragement, and inspiration. God bless you until we see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.